Hey, Shalom. All praises to Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. The honors to the apostles who we respect and we learn this truth from. And peace to you, sincere brothers. Much more Yahawashi, which is our big brother, which is the one that we praise, and especially in these days, the mediator and the key to this thing is Yahawashi. So his insight, his parables, his words, what he went through, his disciples will go through it too. Not just speaking on that shit, but they will be living the life that Yahawashi went through. The similar things they will go through. Not just speaking of Yahawashi, but putting Yahawashi and his ministry first, what he taught. And one thing you have to recognize is if you don't have Yahawashi, you won't speak on him that much. And we recognize a lot of men that's teaching this truth, they don't really have Yahawashi and they're not of the Lord. And they have hijacked this truth and taken this truth for their own fucking benefit and their fame and their own glory. The majority of men teaching this truth, they can't fucking see anymore in the Lord than fucking grab they fucking spirit from their ass. And they're not teaching in a sincere matter. And the Lord's disciple, they call hell. And they wasn't praised or loved. And let me keep repeating that because the thing about it is Yahawashi, he told us many things to let us know how it's going to be in these days and how men were. And when the Lord came on the scene, the ones that were sitting in them high seats, like in Matthew 23, and that was seen of men, they didn't like the Lord. And the thing about it is, by the time the Lord came, everybody was fucking corrupt. When the Lord came on the scene, everybody had been corrupt. They had been, you had a few, his disciples that believed on him, but that was it, pretty much. Even the multitudes that followed the Lord, they didn't believe on the Lord like that. So you have to understand that this walk is just for soldiers, man. And the Lord is only dealing with those true men that is actually soldiers of Yahawashi, that's making this about Yahawashi, because it's all about the Lord. It's not about what Esau is going to do. It's not about you men out there that exalt yourself and you don't have Yahawashi, because that's what we see. We fucking see that and we notice that. And like I said, we respect the apostles, but we don't respect a lot of the men that, I'm going to just say this. A lot of the men that's in these camps, all these fucking camps, these men ain't fucking right. And the thing about it is, I don't understand why guys can't see that shit, because a lot of guys don't have Yahawashi. So you know what, when you leave the Lord out, I'm gonna just say this, when you leave the Lord out and you move further away from him and you just mention him by default, because you have to mention him because he's part of the doctrine, so you have to mention him. But when you actually go into Yahawashi, just like in these last days, this thing is about the Lord and what the Lord actually went through, and his disciples are going to go through the same shit. So if you're not coming in the way of the Lord, or you're not coming in the way of the prophets of the disciples, then you're not of the Lord. I don't give a fuck how much information and shit you knew. Because, I'm going to say this too, because when you go back to the scriptures, the chief priest, the scribe, and the elders, the ones that were sitting on these high seats, they were very much against the Lord. They were so much against the Lord. And the thing about it is, they wasn't teaching of faith or judgment or nothing like that. They were teaching the laws. But the thing about what was going on was, these men were fucking corrupt. And the majority of men are fucking corrupt. And then I'm gonna say this too, man, because guys like to speak on General Kahana and Nade and the obvious, and vocab alone, the obvious guys that's out there that's against this truth. And when the Lord actually gave you the discernment to actually discern everything around you, men around you, you see, That's why Judas Iscariot, the Lord knew that he was going to betray him. And he knew that. He had that insight already. And the thing about what we're seeing in these last days, we see that men, they're teaching in a way that they make Yahawashi not as important. And that's why the Lord said he don't see it as men see it. And men commend men that ain't even in the spirit. You see? That the Lord have set up so he could cause to destroy many. Because you got certain men in this thing. Like you have Korah going back to Numbers 16. Korah was set up for a fucking example to draw many to him and draw everybody to him to like him. To show you that just because you're famous and well known and people may big you up and this, that, and the third, the Lord will swallow your weak ass up. And a lot of these fucking guys, and the truth about it is, a lot of you teach the truth, but you don't really want the truth. You really don't want to teach the truth like that. And that's how it is. Yeah, Salaki, a lot of you're teaching the truth, but you really don't want the truth. You really don't want the truth. A lot of you really don't want to teach it like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Luke, the 10th chapter. Because when you understand that Yahawashi and his whole ministry and all his parables were very heavy, just like the prophets in the Old Testament. And by us being in a time of judgment, if you don't have Yahawashi, your ass is toast. You see, your ass is fucking toast. And the Lord told you, if you exalted in this world, then you are abomination unto the Lord. You see? So the best thing for brothers that actually true believe is just stay on the low. And keep teaching in a way where you make men upset, because this thing ain't about people bigging you up and liking you. You want to stay the fuck away from that. If guys are saying well shit about you, then only for the true men of the Lord. You got a certain few men, you know, like the brothers. You know, we do our live streams and we do the work together. And a few faithful men, like the scriptures say, that's faithful. But the thing about it is, you got men bigging guys up, and these guys ain't even in the spirit. These guys are in a fucked up, corrupt spirit, and guys can't fucking see that. And personally, me, myself, like I say, we respect certain men and it's truth. But, you know, at the end of the day, I got to save my own ass. And I'm not following off after a guy or men that like to, that's leaving Yahawashi out of it pretty much and establishing their own righteousness. And the thing about it is, when you really look at this thing, Yahawashi is left off until you have to mention him by default. But that's not how the word is. That's not how it is. If you don't have Yahawashi in these last days, you're not going to make it. It's not this all this fucking info. Because the scriptures say, he that knoweth a lot of scriptures, or roughly paraphrasing like the brother, he quoted the scripture, he that know a lot of fucking scriptures and this, that, and the third. The one that's better than him that know the least and still fear the Lord. You see? And the thing is, Yahawashi in these days will be spoken, but not through everybody. And you see how men are treating the Lord's word. They teach the truth without teaching the truth. And how can you do that? Like the brother say, dudes go live every fucking day, but they're fucking dead. And a lot of you guys can't tell these guys are dead because they're famous. And a lot of you guys are fucking dead. You see? A lot of you guys have lost the fucking the eyes to see. And why is that? Because a lot of you men you became corrupt. You became corrupt. And what's so funny about that is nobody's gonna really be able to see that like that. You see? Because the thing about it, well, for a few exceptions, like I say, you got a few elders and a few brothers out there that's teaching this thing sincere. But as for the majority of men teaching his word, the Lord have fucking blinded their ass, because the thing about them, the sight to really see is not there, because Yahawashi ain't preached like that. You see? And so that's the thing about this truth. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna read a little bit through this. Luke chapter 10, verse 1. It says, and after these things, the Lord appointed over 70 also, and sent them 2 and 2 before his face into every city and place whither he himself would come. Right, the Lord set up men 2 and 2, 2 and 2 to teach this word. The Lord said, well, 2 or 3 are gathered. Now you got camps full of guys. The majority of them are lukewarm. They don't fucking believe. A lot of guys are agents. You got a few guys that's spies. You got a lot of guys that's murderers. The Lord said the ones that ever came before him was thieves and robbers. The Lord's not dealing with everybody with camps, okay, with big ass camps. Definitely guys that's not famous. That's why the Lord's not there. And then the thing about it, ain't nothing wrong with being on your purpose and this, that, and the third. But right now we're basically at the end where Yahawashi ain't there. He's not fucking there with a lot of men. The Lord is not there, man. The Lord has departed, man. And what's left there is a deceitful spirit that's out there. That's why the Lord don't deal with many. So the Lord himself appointed over 70 also, and sent them 2 and 2 before his face into every city and place whither he himself would come. Now it says, therefore said he unto them, the harvest is great, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore of the harvest that you would be sent forth as laborers into his harvest. Right, because there's only going to be a few men really teaching Yahawashi. A lot of guys going to try to avoid Yahawashi because they know they're not really of the Lord and they don't have the Lord in them. So that's why they give you all this info and all this bullshit, because the Lord's not in them. Like the brother said, the scriptures say it's better as a man that don't have that much knowledge and fear the Lord than a man that have all this fucking knowledge and don't even fear the Lord. And that's the thing about it. Guys are using this truth for fame to put their demonic ass face in the camera. And they get the praises and shit because men can't really see their ass. And that's why the true seers, they were left for roadkill, and men didn't like them because they spoke the real things God didn't want to accept. But they will say they're of the Lord, though. You see? So we're in a very crazy ass time. But this is the parable the Lord was speaking here in Luke the 10th chapter, which with a lot of other ones, which is real interesting. I just want to hit a few points in this chapter. But it says, therefore he said unto them, the harvest is truly great, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore that the Lord of the harvest, that he would send forth laborers into his harvest. That's right. So the harvest, it's a lot of things to go into. The harvest is the end of the world. And at the end of the world, it's a lot of things to go into, but only a few are really going to go into it. And only a few are going to have Yahawashi in them. The rest of the men teaching this word, they're only going to be teaching this for fame and to glorify themselves, to put themselves up there, which the Lord told you not to do in the next chapter in Luke 11. So we see a lot of you guys, you hate the Lord and you actually going against the Lord, but you use the Lord because the Lord, with teaching this word, it comes power and strength. Now you can use the power for the left hand side or right hand side. And that's what men are doing. Verse 3, it says, go your way. Behold, I send you forth as lambs amongst wolves. So that's why when you go to Matthew real quick, the Lord talks about the wolves in the midst of the sheep. And I remember we did a video last year. We did a video and we said it was many wolves in the midst of the sheep, and we had a bunch of you fucking wolves come on our comment board. You was upset about that. Matthew chapter 7 verse 15. Beware of the false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. Right? You have a bunch of fucking wolves out there. And this is what the Lord told us in Luke the 10th chapter that was going to befall us as he sent us out there. As he sent those prophets out 2 and 2, he said it's going to be wolves out there. It says, carry not a purse, nor scrip, nor shoes, shoes, and salute no man by the way. And whatsoever. So you didn't need anything. He sent you with the Spirit, so you didn't need nothing. There ain't nothing you needed when the Lord sent you on that journey. It says, carry neither purse, nor scrip, nor shoes, or salute no man by the way. And into whatsoever house ye enter, first say, peace be to this house. And if the Son of Peace be there, your peace shall rest upon it. If not, it shall return to you again. That's right. So that's the thing about it. That's why we, men that's worthy of the Lord, is peace unto them. It says, in the same house remain eating and drinking such things as they give, for the labor is worthy of his hire. Go not from house to house. It says, and whatsoever city ye enter, and they receive you, eat such things that I set before you. Right? Because when you was received of that city, you was able to actually heal certain of the men in that city because you had believers there. That's why you notice in certain stories the Lord wasn't able to heal certain places because they didn't believe. And that's just like with men with this truth. You're not able to heal certain men that believe, so you just continue on your fucking way. Now Luke 10:9, it says, heal the sick that are therein, and say unto them, the kingdom of heaven has come nigh unto you. But whosoever the city, it says, whatsoever city ye enter, they shall receive you not. Go your ways out into the streets of the same way and say, there you go. It says, even the very dust of your city, which cleaveth on us, we do wipe off against you. Notwithstanding, be ye sure of this, the kingdom of the Most High is come nigh unto you. But I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable in that day for Sodom than for that city. So basically, the ones that reject the Lord, basically going into the times of Yahawashi, and in this time now, if you reject the Lord, just like men are doing that now, it's going to be worse. It's going to be more worse for men in the day of Sodom. Remember, Sodom was rained down with fire and brimstone. Well, for a lot of men that reject the Lord in this time, this time is going to be way worse for you. It says, woe to Chorazin and woe to Bathsheba, for if the mighty works have been done in Tyre and Zidon, which have been done in you, they had great and well ago sitting with sackcloth and ashes, but it shall be more tolerable with Zaire and Zidon at the judgments than you. It says, and then Capernaum, which art thou exalted to heaven, thou shalt be thrust down to hell. You see that? See, that's the thing. If you're exalted, the Lord said, you're going to be thrust down to fucking hell. Because the cities certain cities the Lord sent men to, they was fucking rejected. So the Lord said it's going to be more tolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah than your ass. And this just like how in this time, more Sodom and Gomorrah, a lot of you guys that rejected, and just like America rejects its truth, Sodom and Gomorrah basically is going to be better than this place, and a lot of you men, the judgment that y'all ass is going to get. Let me read 15 again, Luke 10 and 15. And Capernaum, which art exalted to heaven, some men are exalted to heaven, and their fucking heads is in the clouds. But guess what? Yahawashi ain't up there. Where you're exalted, the Lord ain't up there. The Lord said he came in low. So you guys that's up there and exalted to heaven, like the Lord said right here, shall be thrust down to hell. And this is what the Lord was explaining when he sent out his disciples in Luke chapter 10. So Luke 10 and 16, it says, he that heareth you, heareth me. And he that despiseth you, despiseth me. And he that despiseth me, despiseth him that sent me. So a lot of you guys, you despise the Lord. And you can tell that you despise the Lord because you hate how certain the Lord's men are coming in that rough spirit. You despise that. A lot of you are ashamed of the Lord because you're not of the Lord. A lot of you are of this world, so you're trying to keep your following in this world. And there are more fucking enemies than General Gahana Nate and did the obvious vocab Malone than the obvious. Come on. That just means a lot of guys can't fucking see. You can't see around you. You don't know who's who in your camps. And it's just fucked up. It's sickening. And the thing about it is the Lord have separated us, brothers, so we don't have nothing to do with none of you fucking guys that's blind. You see? And, you know, having a brotherhood is good, but what good is this having a brotherhood when you just got a bunch of goddamn brutes that's not in the fucking spirit? That's not a brotherhood. That's a goddamn brute hood. That's a fucking animal hood. And a lot of these guys don't have the Lord in them anymore. Pride. Like I say, you have all types of things going on. Satan has basically compromised camps, and guys still boast and they idolize their camps, not understanding that their camps are fucking compromised by Satan. And men better fucking save their own souls, man, instead of bigging up these fucking demons that you can't see that are dead, that are leading other people to death with all that fucking information. The information don't mean shit if Yahawashi is not there. That's why Yahawashi said they omitted the weightier matters of the law, which he is the weightier matters of the law, Yahawashi. That's what you have to understand. So by man teaching all this bullshit, you had Corey the other day, he was going into men hairstyles and all that and this, that, and the third. Bro, if guys don't know what hairstyles to wear and all that bullshit by now, they're not going to get it. See, a lot of you guys, man, you are a disgrace to the Lord. Just like the Lord said right here. Let me read this again. Luke 10:15, and thou Capernaum, which are exalted to heaven, shall be thrust down to hell. See, the Lord was against that exalting shit and putting yourself up there as permanent. So that's why I say, man, you know, we respect, you know, certain elders and shit like that. But at the end of the day, we got to save our own ass. And a lot of guys that they like, man, them guys ain't fucking right. And I don't understand why they can't see it. But at the end of the day, it's to each his own. And the spirit is out there warning of certain guys and certain things, and guys don't take heed to it. That's why the scriptures tell you right here in Luke 10:16, he that heareth you heareth me, and he that despiseth you despiseth me, and he that despiseth me despiseth him that sent me. So a lot of you actually despise the chastening of the Lord or the rebuke of the Lord, but that's fine because we understand that the Lord came off steer, and a lot of you men are not off steer. What you're doing is you're steering the people the wrong fucking way. And if Yahawashi ain't in it, then it's not of shit. It says, and the 70 returned again with joy, saying, Lord, even the devils are subject unto us through thy name. You see that? And the point I wanted to make unto that is that the devils, they know who the Lord is dealing with. Even when we be out there to camp, man, so many things happen out there spiritually with me and the brother when we be standing at camp. It's crazy. But the 70 that returned, they said, hell, even the devils are subject unto us through thy name, you see. But that's only if you're a true disciple. Now we're seeing that as we went into the wedding guests the other night, as we went into the wedding, we're starting to see that a lot of guys that's in this truth, that's in the wedding, you don't fucking belong here. Guys in high position, guys in small position, we see a lot of you guys don't even belong in here. A lot of you guys are a bunch of damn niggas, man. Grimy ass niggas from the world. And that's the thing about it. You'll have grimy ass niggas come against you and try to cast your name out as evil, but then look at these guys, the spirit they're in. You see that? And the thing about it is, guys can't even discern guys in a fucking camp, bro. And the Lord is taking spirits. He takes spirits. He repossesses spirits. Like the repo man, he repossesses cars and shit like that. Well, hey, if guys ain't right, the Lord take that righteousness out of you. Now, what fucking verifies that? The parable of the talents. So what did the Lord say he'd do to that talent if you don't use your talent? He'd take that motherfucker, And what has happened is a lot of guys, that their spirit has been taken and they don't know it. They're carnal, and then they still think they're teaching the Lord's word and righteousness. But what are they doing? They're fooling themselves and they're deceiving their many followers. Because that's what keeps guys doing this. It's not the Lord, it's just people that's following him. And they get caught up into that shit. And that's why the Lord said, which thou exalted to heaven shall be thrust down to hell. The Lord's not with that fame shit. Now, Luke 10:18, and he said unto him, I behold Satan as lightning fell from heaven. You see that? And I behold, I give you power to tread on serpents and scorpions and all over the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. So the true disciples, not just you guys blabbering fucking news articles and info that don't have the Lord, you don't have that. You have this dead ass world. Just like you're dead and you're teaching to the dead, you're not teaching to the elect. It's clear to see that. It's clear to see that. The first major part brothers got to get through is just the exaltance. Once you understand that the Lord is against men exalting themselves with this truth, then you'll understand that the Lord ain't out there like that. You see? Now, Luke 10:20, notwithstanding in this rejoice not that the spirit are subject unto you. This is what the Lord was telling them. He's telling us that. He said, hey, don't rejoice that the spirits are subject unto you, but rather rejoice because your name is written in heaven. You see that? And what backs that up is Revelations 14. It tells you that they were found without fault before the throne, and those were the elect. And that's what you have to understand with this truth. Now it says, in that hour, verse 21, in that hour, Yahawashi rejoiced in the spirit and said, thank ye, O Father of heaven and earth, that thou hast hid these things from the wise and the prudent. You see that? And has revealed them unto babes, even so the Father, for so it seemed good in thy sight. So the things of the Lord are not out there for everybody. It's only revealed to the few, not the exalted, not the famous out there. The Lord was against the fame, because fame and being recognized and people speaking well of you and shit, it just destroys your ass. It just destroys your ass. I don't understand why certain men don't understand that, but they steady big guys up and blow their fucking head up. See, this thing, if you're not wise in Yahawashi, this world will destroy you. Your own men will destroy you. Everything around you will destroy you. That's why you have to be wise in Yahawashi. That's why if you're not teaching Yahawashi, you're not wise. You're not wise. You're wise according to this world. And the scriptures say, knowledge puff your ass up. But you could be puffed up without Yahawashi. You see? You see how that knowledge puff you up, but you don't even have the Lord. And that's a lot of you fucking guys out there. Let me read 21 again. In that hour, Yahawashi rejoiced in spirit and said, the Lord was always in the spirit. He was always in the spirit teaching. It says, O Father, Lord of heaven and of earth, that thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, right? So it's not out there for everybody. This is a treasure, man. It has revealed them unto babes. Even so the Father, so it seemed good in thy sight. All these things deliver unto me from my Father. No man knoweth who the Son is but the Father, and who the Father is but the Son, and he to whom the Son will reveal him. You see? The Lord, in these days, the Lord is not revealed to everybody teaching this word, okay? And you can tell that, because a lot of guys are not coming in the spirit of the Lord, man. And I really want to be farther away from men that's not in the spirit of Yahawashi, that's not teaching like that. Because you're going to get yourself destroyed following these deceitful men, you see? Like Korah in number 16, which nobody really never brings out. Because what men are doing, they're exalting men like Korah was exalted. And all that shit's going to do nothing but you're going to have a hard fall. It says, and he turned to his disciples and said privily, blessed are your eyes which see these things that ye see. So these things that few men can see, we're blessed. You see, for I tell you that many prophets and kings desired to see these things which ye see, and have not seen, to hear these things which ye hear, and have not heard. That's right. So these things are only revealed to certain men, and the Lord is not dealing with everybody. You see? I'm going to jump down because I wanted to go into this point right here, because I did just sit down the other day and the brother mentioned it in the video. And the brothers, man, you brothers been doing powerful works. That's what this thing is about. It's about teaching this thing and having men marvel so they can fucking think about what's really going on. Our guys you watching really serving the Lord or not? If you're really serving the Lord, you're going to be hated and you're not going to be famous. And when you listen to certain guys, they're going to always make you feel a certain fucking way, because that's how it's supposed to be. This word ain't meant to just be brought out and to be fucking smooth. You see? Now Luke 10:25, it says, behold, a certain lawyer stood up and tempted him, saying, Master, what shall I do to inherit eternal life? And he said unto him, now check this out. Check this out. He asked the Lord, what can I do to inherit eternal life? Now, this is what the Lord said unto him. It says, what is written in the law? How readest thou? And he answering said, thou shalt love the Lord with all thine heart, and with all thine soul, and with all thy strength, and with all thy mind, and with all thy mind, and with all, and thy neighbor as thyself. So you have to put everything into this, man. You have to put everything into this. And the thing about it is, when you really look at it, you gotta look at it like the Lord, you know, what he did too. You have to be so much into this truth that the people around you know that they don't come before that. And I just say that, like me in my life and, you know, my significant others and things like that, they know, she knows that she don't come before this word. But for a lot of you guys, this world is before this word. That's why a lot of you don't have Yahawashi. Now it says, verse 28, and he said unto them, thou hast answered right, do this, and thou shalt live. So you have to love the Lord, and you have to love your brother. So you have to love Yahawashi. And you have to love your brother more than anything. So it didn't say information. It didn't say news articles. It didn't say love the fame. It didn't say be exalted. It says love the Lord thy power with all thine heart and with all thine soul. And we could tell men don't love the Lord like that. They just love the fame. They love the praise. They love this world. That's why they don't teach Yahawashi, and they teach deceitfully. And he said unto them, thou hast answered us right. This do, and thou shalt live. So first you got to love Yahawashi. You have to love Yahawashi. You see? You have to love this truth. You have to be sincere. But you have to be that disciple of Yahawashi. Now, Luke 10:29, it says, but he willing to justify himself says Yahawashi, and who is my neighbor? And Yahawashi said unto him, and Yahawashi answering said, a certain man went out. Now this is a parable right here, because you got to understand how the true men of the Lord were going to be treated, man. This ain't something where you're supposed to be praised. Man, I'm supposed to leave your ass with fucking roadkill. Where the Lord is the only one's going to be dealing with you. That's why the Lord dealt with the prophets one-on-one. That's why the Lord, he said he sent them out 2 and 2. The Lord is not with everybody, man, teaching his truth. I'm sorry to break the news. And where the most famous is, that's where the Lord more than likely ain't fucking there. And I say just for a few exceptions, just a few. But for the majority of men, the Lord ain't there. These guys don't even teach of the Lord, man. You see. But you can have all these subscribers. That's why you have all these subscribers and men exalt you, because you really don't teach Yahawashi and you're not really opening guys' eyes. If you open guys' eyes and you make them see that Yahawashi hated the exalted, that he only dealt with a few, and the thing about it is you have to love the Lord more than anything. And the thing about it, if you understood that there are going to be more wolves in this truth than actual lambs, then you'll look at the truth for a whole nother light, because the ones that's exalted, the Lord is against their ass. That's why the Lord ain't there with a lot of men. Now Luke 10:30. And Yahawashi answering said, a certain man went down from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell among thieves, which stripped him of his remnant and wounded him and departed, leaving him half dead. And that's what they do, the men of the Lord. They leave their ass dead. They rob them and they leave them half dead. Now, verse 31, and by chance there came a certain priest, look at that way. And when he saw him, he passed by on the other side. Look, he just went right by. The guy was all fucked up on the ground. They left his ass half dead. That's what you men are like, man. You leave brothers for dead. But what's going on now, the Most High have taken a lot of you fucking guys' light. And a lot of you guys are affiliated with guys that's fucking scumbags. And then you big your camp up, not understanding that you got a bunch of goddamn scumbags up in there. Not understanding that the Lord have taken a lot of fucking men's light. And then you hear these rebukes going out like, you got to be lukewarm. You got to be on your purpose. If you're telling men they should be on a purpose by now, they don't have a fucking purpose with the Lord. This ain't their purpose. I'm going to just say that. Because a lot of men are against the Lord, and they're against who the Lord sent. The Lord said, if you despise me, if you despise him, you despise me. A lot of guys actually despise the Lord. That's actually famous. Just like Korah, he hated Moses. But what happened? You see? See, this world can swallow your ass up, not just the ground. You could be swallowed up in your whole mind frame. Your spirit is fucking swallowed up. And that's why the Lord taught discernment. Because he knew who the demons was. Now let me read this again, man. And by chance there came down a certain priest that way. And when he saw him, he passed by on the other side. And likewise a Levite, when he was at the place, he came and looked on him and passed by on the other side. But a certain Samaritan, you said to go another guy, he fucking just looked on him and passed him by. He's sitting there, it's trouble. He just laying there for roadkill. That's how you men are in this truth, and then you think you're teaching the truth after you murder somebody, or you seen somebody that was spiritually murdered. You just, I don't want to have nothing to do with him. Verse 33, but a certain Samaritan, as he journeyed, came where he was, and when he saw him, he had compassion on him. And he went to him and bound up his wounds, pouring in oil and wine, and he set him on his own beast and brought him to an inn and took care of him. You see? You see that? Fully loaded. So this is going into mercy. And we see men, the majority of men dealing with the truth, they're just teaching information. They don't have any mercy either. They're a bunch of fucking brutes, and a lot of them working for Esau. Now it says, verse 35, and tomorrow when he departed, he took out 2 pence and gave them to the host and said unto him, take care of him. Whatever thou spendest more, when I come again, I will repay thee. Which now these thinkest thou? Was the neighbor unto him that fell among the thieves? And he said, he that showed mercy on him. Then said Yahawashi unto him, go and do likewise. Now it came to pass that he entered into a, well, that's the point. I'm not going to go into that. But the point is, the men of the Lord, they were left for roadkill. And men will call themselves priests and men of the Lord, and they wasn't even helping this guy. But the certain Samaritan that walked by, he had compassion on him. You see? So going back up, and that's how it is. Men were left for roadkill, and if it wasn't left for the Lord having mercy on us, men would have fucking swallowed us up. But the Lord had mercy on us. So I say that to say this: the Lord is not dealing with everybody in these last times. Who the Lord is dealing with is only a few, and the Lord is far from the exalted. And with that, hey, shalom.